This is the best skill you can master at any fucking age to be able to succeed in any endeavor possible. This could be getting women, getting money, your $10,000 a month, getting big on social media, getting into a boxing. This skill is literally gonna help you in every single way in life possible. Helps with persuasion, helps with getting things you want, helps with getting power, getting women, getting anything. And you know what the good fucking thing is? It can be mastered and practiced at any age. Can you believe that? I have been doing this skill since I was 12 years old, and I'm getting better and better at it every single fucking day. And this skill is the skill of being able to sell items. If you're able to sell items or sell anything, for example, you fucking getting women is you are selling yourself to them. Women never actually give a fuck about exactly how you look, right? They give a fuck about how you sell, present yourself. Actually, no, yes, that they do give a fuck about how you look, but you are selling that to them. So for example, you have six-pack abs, you have big muscles, you have big money. You are selling that product to that woman in exchange for some pussy. And you have won that sale if you've managed to get that pussy. In a sale, that person needs to be able to be convinced by the product. And how can we practice this skill? This is how I did it. Go on Facebook Marketplace and start flipping items. I once bought a BMX, and this is one of the many few flips I've ever done. I've done VR flips, I've done gaming PC flips, I've done every single thing you can imagine. And this one, for example, I'm gonna name is a BMX bike. It was a colony premise that in Australia is worth around $1,000. And I managed to find one for $250. Sorry, it was like $300-400. And then I negotiated down like, yeah, bro, I'll come take it tonight, blah, blah, blah. I was acting nice, called him, blah, blah, blah. And I negotiated down to $250, played with it for fucking 4 months. And then I sold it to some fucking bogan for $600. I'm not calling the guy out. He was kind of. But I made $350 in profit. I played with a BMX and I learned a skill. I learned buying negotiation and I learned selling negotiation. And now, every day I'm on the marketplace, I'm messaging motherfuckers, bikes, e-bikes, anything, so I can make a bit of money and earn some skill. Now, you can practice the skill literally anything, any way possible. Talking to women, talking to men, talking to men of higher status to you, not of men to lower status than you. You want to be able to sell your ideas to people. You could be going to your parents and convincing them why they should do this or give you this much pocket money. You could be going to your boss and asking him for a raise. These will also get easier once you master the skill of sales. There is plenty of free sales guides, and I'm not going to link any down below because I have no affiliation. I'm not getting paid, so yeah. But just one guy I recommend and I love and I've learned a lot from him is Andy Elliott. And also the book 48 Laws of Power. But yeah, those two things really helped me in sales. One tip I'm gonna give you in sales is never be overcome by your feelings. Always have a sharp brain. There's a difference between a consumer and a producer. The consumer is overran by his feelings. Oh, bro, that's such a good deal. Let me get this, let me get that. Oh, the guy's look. You always want to be able to be getting a better deal. You always want to be negotiating. You want to be in a place where you can earn as much fucking money as possible. And with sales, you could be making $500,000 a year, literally at the age of 18. That is only if you're good at sales. Imagine me at this age, and once I'm like 25, the amount of sales that I've done is going to be crazy. And I'm just going to be amazing at convincing people, getting what I want. You have to be persistent on your offer. So the other day, I made a sale. I'm not going to say how much I bought the item for, but I sold it for $7,600. This is how the sales went. So the guy was offering $7,000 for this motorcycle I had, and then I told him, come to my house, come check it out. It's a really good bike, and I definitely think it was worth the money. And I told him, come around, check it out, and let me know how you like it. I will definitely change your mind about this offer of $7,000. So anyway, he came to our house with his son. I know a few sales techniques, so obviously I shook his hand like a man at first. Really hard grip. He did a real harder grip, and I don't know if his hands were small or really big, but I was in a bad position and I felt like shit because I love giving good handshakes, and that time I was not able to. Anyway, so his son was with him as well. As soon as I shook his hand, I went and shook his son's hand. Anyway, so I took him over to the bike and I started waffling true things about this bike. You do not want to lie in sales because people can sniff lying, people can sniff liars. You always want to be an honest man, but you just want to sparkle in a little bit of salt into the things that you have. So if you want to sell something, you need to be able to just enhance the item you're selling. So anyway, the bike, he offered $7,000. I let him test ride it. I was like, how do you feel? I was like complimenting the bike. The suspension is really good, blah blah blah. You know, it's got a key, it's got a password, it's got everything, you know, really good torque, it can go off-road. Best motors, crystallite motors, warranty, whatnot, blah blah blah. So anyway, the guy offered $7,200 with a helmet, and I said, no bro, can't do. I opened up my phone. Obviously it was a lot of spam offers, like $5,000, $6,000, $3,000, but I showed him my messages. I didn't click on any of the actual individual messages, but I showed him the messages, and it was a fuck ton of messages, and he was like, oh yeah. And that's when he offered $7,200. I backfired that offer, and then I hit him with another offer of $7,600 with a little motorcycle suit that costed me maybe $50. Obviously, I could have sold the bike for more if I was more patient, but I made a good amount of, you know, money on that bike. And all of that was coming from the skill of sales. I persuaded the guy to be able to pay $600 more. That's like 3 days or 2 or 3 days, depending on how much income you earn, of Australian wage. So I earned 2 or 3 days of wage in the span of 30 minutes, bonus on top of the offer that he gave me, just by spending hours of my day, just instead of consuming garbage on fucking TikTok and having a TikTok brain, on sales videos, especially Andy Elliott. I love Andy Elliott. I love his story. I love everything about the guy, but there's plenty of resources out there for you to be able to learn sales and master it. But you obviously need to be willing to risk some of your own money. You need to be able to risk some of your own dignity, and it's like if you're approaching women, you know, you need to be able to overcome that fear, and you need to be able to actually go approach them in order to master the skill of sales and selling yourself to them. Not in a bad way, but just, you know, getting that number. They have to be convinced, like, oh, this is a good guy, you know, this is a cool guy. I would like to give him my number, and he could eventually one day dick me down. The best skill to master at any age possible is the skill of sales. This is the anti-order movement. Subscribe to be a part of the anti-order movement. DM me on Instagram, DM me on Twitter before I get to a big creator. I will get to your DMs if you obviously DM me now. And see you the fuck later, man.